I'm one of obviously Amy's frontline. I've been in the business now for 2.5 years. I am SSC, and I fit this business around 3 young children and horses as well. So proving that this business can be done, with a really crazy busy lifestyle. So I got on the product a couple of years ago when I was pregnant, because I just wanted to feel better about myself, and fell in love with the product, then got involved in the business, and I just absolutely love the business. It's absolutely changed my life. It's enabled me to give up my full-time job and work from home, so around my children, which some days it would be nice, as Jeanette saw earlier, to have a little break for them because they're little rascals. As me and Jeanette were on a Zoom call earlier, they were colouring in my dog with felt tip pen. So yeah, but I love being able to spend every day with them. I don't miss out on anything, so it's incredible. So what we've done today, or for this evening, is we've got some of the top leaders within Amy's business, and also we've got Millie, who has just gone Club 50 today, or within the last few days. We've got her on the Millie on the call, who's going to share her top tips at the end. So this is really going to be an incredible call for you guys. So just make sure you've got your pens and pads there, and you're going to scribble down all the notes that we've got. And then what you've got to go and do after it is, take these notes into action and just do everything. And as Millie and Amy always say, they're no one special. They just put into action everything that they've been taught. So we're giving you some absolute golden nuggets. So hopefully you can take them away with you, and just go and build your businesses. So sorry, some of the girls are just saying they can't get on now.
I need to copy it and paste it.
Right, so what I'm going to go through tonight with all of you is building relationships and online, and talking a little bit about your profile, because your profile, your Facebook profile or your social media, because it doesn't, not everybody uses Facebook, but yeah, it's just really, really important to make sure that your profile reflects you really well. So say your Facebook picture, try and have it as you, because we're sending friend requests out all the time to people, trying to connect with new people every day. It's been proven that you get much more acceptance from friends when they can see a person, they can see you. So they don't want to see a dog or your horse, or sometimes people won't accept if the picture's maybe in bad light or something. So make sure your profile picture is a really good picture of you, a nice smiley photo, because you're much more likely then to get people accepting your friend requests. So that's just a really good tip, and I found that that's really worked since I changed mine. I did have 2 of my kids in the picture when I just had 2 of them, and I changed it. And also, if you change your picture quite often, people can just see different things of you. So again, it's a great way to just keep people interested in your profile. And your profile really needs to shout out that you're a positive person, and that people are going to want to connect with you. And try, when you've got the about section, try and fill that in a little bit. Don't put that I work for Juice Plus or anything like that. Put in, either that you're part of the Diamond Dreamers or the Diamond Mum Project, or whatever your brand that you have, and go with that. Because sometimes when people see Juice Plus, they think they know it all, and they think, oh, I'm not interested, or she's only getting in contact with me because she wants to sell me Juice Plus. Whereas if they watch your posts and follow your posts, you're creating intrigue, you're creating excitement. They might then go, oh, what's all this about? And then they might message you. So it's really, really important to make sure that your profile is really, really positive. And that comes with what you share throughout the day. So always be positive. Obviously, we don't always have good days. We have some bad days. But people don't want to see that on Facebook. People are watching us all the time, whether you know it or not. I went out at the weekend, and a few people that I forgot were even friends with me on Facebook mentioned, oh, you're still doing, you know, that Juice Plus thing, or oh, we've seen your videos that you've done and things like that. And so people are always watching you. So it's really, really important to be positive all the time, and make sure that the people that, or your audience, so your friends on Facebook, can relate to you as well. So if you are friend requesting people, make sure they're the people that can relate to you. So for me, it's horsey people. I've got a dog, so anyone that's sort of interested in dogs. I've got horses. So think about your hobbies and relate them to those people. I don't ever friend request men in general, because I can't really relate to a man as such. So, you know, think about who your audience are. Think about who mainly you're sending friend requests to, and then set your posts so that they can relate to them. So I try and put a funny post up every now and then, and that gets a lot of shares. And again, that's what you want to have. You know, you want to have people sharing things from your Facebook, and you also want to, you know, share you. Don't just become a Juice Plus robot and, you know, if people scroll through your post or your timeline from the day, have you mentioned Juice Plus 1,000 times? Have you actually showed what you're up to in the day? Because if you're just talking about Juice Plus all the time and just sharing Juice Plus stories, then people just switch off. They don't see it. If you're sharing a variety of things, so showing that you're a product of the product, that is one of the things that's so important. So showing that it's your shake and not a picture of a shake that's been on Pinterest, or again, a meal that you've cooked, not that someone else has cooked and been shared 15 times. It's really important that people can see that it's coming from you and that you're a product of the product. So that's really, really important. So try and engage with your, you know, your audience all the time. And then another thing to make sure you're doing is connecting and commenting on their things and sharing their posts, because that will then connect your two Facebooks, and they will then see more of your stuff. And so, you know, again, more people are going to see it. So that's really, really important. So what you can do is whenever you get a new friend accept, go onto their page, like and comment. And it doesn't have to be anything, you know, anything big. You can, I just literally commented on one of the posts that I put. Oh, I saw a little girl riding, I think her mum put a picture up, so I said, oh, I can't wait for my little girl to start riding. And then she commented back and I commented back, so we're already starting up a relationship, and that's what it's about. So then if I do message her in a little bit of time and say, oh, you know, I've got an amazing opportunity that I think you'd be great at least we've already built up a relationship. So it's not like she's going to get this message and go, well, who are you? And that's what it's all about. People aren't going to accept your friend request, watch you, and then message you straight away. It's really important that you're reaching out to these people and you're getting in touch with them. Don't sit back and wait for them to come to you. And another great tip that actually Jeanette gave me today that I'm going to share with you all is that when you're messaging people or chasing your likes, so if somebody likes something of yours that's specific to, you know, a healthy lifestyle or something like that, and you message them yourself, thank you so much for liking my today, it's great to get some positive feedback. Ask them a question afterwards. This is something that I don't do, but Jeanette said to me today, you know, ask a question afterwards, because generally then they're going to answer back. So, you know, it could be something like, are you interested in healthy, or, you know, in health and fitness? Is it something that interests you? Because generally when you ask a question, people are going to get back to you. Another thing to really make sure that you do is, and I think this is what Millie shared the other day actually, is set your post to public. So when you are sharing things, people need to be able to share it too, so that then more people can see your stuff that you share. So it's really, really important to set your post to public so that they can be shared, because if one of your friends shares it and it's not public, none of their friends can see it. So I know some people worry that if they're, you know, put something up of their children or something like that, I don't know if you know, but you can set it so only your friends can see those sorts of things, but most of the other time you can do it for public. So I would really, you know, encourage you all to do that. And as I've sort of already said before, try and add as much value to your page as you can, so that people can see it, and that they can see that, and it just keeps them interested. So you're always trying to keep people that that are coming onto your page and taking your friend requests, and keep them interested. And what that does as well is it builds trust in your audience. So again, you're showing that you're taking the product, you're showing that you're product of the product, you're sharing your lifestyle. So it's not always about the products, it's about the business as well. You're showing that you're a leader, that people want to come to you, they want to join your team. So it's about sharing excitement and sharing your lifestyle as well. What has this business done for you so much so far? If you've only just started and you think, well, it hasn't really done anything for me at the moment, share the excitement. I've just joined an amazing business. I can't believe that my upline has just gone Club 50 or Club 24. How incredible is that? You can share those things until you're starting to get those results yourself. So it's really, really important to, create a bit of excitement. And just remember that network marketing it's about networking and building a really strong, authentic relationship with people. So don't be really salesy, don't be pushy. Just message people sometimes and say, hi, how are you? People don't want to feel that they're being sold to, but people generally, people like to buy things. So you can be someone that builds up trust, and that that really shows that we can build up relationships. Then you're going to find that it works so much better. So that's sort of how the best to be online. And I'm now going to pass you over to Jeanette, who's going to tell you what to do offline, because we know Facebook and social media is incredible, but what we want you to be able to do as well is not just rely on it. So I'm going to pass over to Jeanette now, who's going to give you her top tips. Over to you.
Thank you, Louise. That was an awesome set of tips and information on doing things online. It really was. Even I've got a couple of things there that I picked up on. So that's absolutely awesome. Brilliant. Thank you for sharing those. And yes, congratulations, Millie, on Club 50. That's awesome. That's absolutely amazing. So pleased about that. I'm sure everyone would like to wish you that. They'll clap and look and wishing you congratulations. So brilliant for that, Mills. Just really going to run through and just tell you a little bit about me. I'm Jeanette, I'm Amy's mum. I fit my business in purely part-time around the horses that I have and the childminding that I do. I've always been self-employed and an outside person, doing lots of things, very busy and trying to fit everything in a day, just like we all do really, dodging and dealing, so to speak. So that's always been me. Amy came home with a product, and I didn't think I could do Juice Plus because I didn't do Facebook really. I had about 200 friends, and that was only because I was keeping an eye on what she was doing, as you do as a mum growing up, with kids growing up. And anyway, all my friends were her friends, and I thought, well, if they've heard it all from Amy, they're not going to want to hear it from me. So I didn't think I could do it at all. I desperately wanted to support Amy, and I really liked what she was doing, and I went to one of the meetings with her and met John Hulawati, and he basically said that if I could easily set my stuff up at the local pub, and not necessarily to do it on Facebook. We didn't have to do it on Facebook, that was fine. So that's what I did. I decided to join the business, and I set out intending never, ever, ever to do it on Facebook. You wouldn't think that now is what I do now on Facebook. But nevertheless, I met at the local pub, and we took our products to the pub, and we set them out on the table, and we had internet so that we could get onto the laptop. I messaged some friends and said, would you like to come and meet us? They came and meet us, and people popped into the pub, came past and popped into the pub. I hadn't seen them for a long time, and we set ourselves up there every fortnight. And what we found that we were doing is I was then having to put it on Facebook to advertise that that's where I was going. So lo and behold, I did start doing it on Facebook, and I've always added friends, as Louisa said. You need to add people regularly. I've always added friends. I've gone on to Amy's friends and added all their mums and dads. That I thought was a good idea to do that, you know. And you can sort of find links to other people So for example, you know Freddie, and you know Freddie knows John, so you then go and befriend them, and you think, oh yes, I know who knows him, and you can get a sort of link back to all these different people. So I started doing that. So I didn't think I could actually do it on Facebook, but as I said, I've been able to. The other thing I've always done is because I've always set up at a car boot sale. I've taken my products along to a car boot sale. I've had a few other things for sale as well, just to sort of encourage people to come over. But I've set my stuff up there, the Juice Plus stuff up there. And what I found has worked so well with that is I could just practice on people, and you had a continuous flow of people coming past you, and you could talk to them, and then you could halfway through the conversation realise, oh God, I did that totally wrong. It doesn't matter because they've walked past and there's another one there coming. And you could get to about 70 or 80 people. Well, how quickly would you be able to get to that many people if you were doing it just on Facebook? You don't get that many messages come through in a day. So I found for a £5 I could go to a car boot sale, and I highly recommend that. You get the chance to go there with your upline or sideline or a couple of friends, and you just practice and take it in turns. And it was never going to be a selling point. It was never there to sell the products there. It was only a question of me practicing my pitch, basically, and connecting with people. Because when you start talking to people, I usually end up saying to them, if you add me as a friend on Facebook, or if you give me your email address, then I'll send you some information. And I've always found that works extremely well. The other thing I've done at car boot sales is I've had little competitions. So I've had a list of things, questionnaire, and I've said to them, if you fill in this questionnaire, you get your chance to win a set of our capsules. And I have a set of capsules there on the side, and I might get 20 or 30 people leave me their email address or add me as a friend on Facebook, right there and then. And then they get put into the hat, and I draw it maybe that day, or maybe the next day, or maybe I'll do 2 or 3 car boot sales all at the same, over a period of weeks, and then draw it. It doesn't have to be all at once. So I've found that to be very successful. I've done wedding fairs as well. They're rather expensive, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend those. But I've done pamper nights. They're really good. So I've really done other things other than, obviously I do it on Facebook, as you know, but I've done other things, and it just gives you all a chance to realise that there are other things to do rather than just sit behind a screen all the time, to actually be a real person and go out and meet people. And like I said, going to the car boot sales, you just have a continuous flow of people that, you can talk to. And I find that's really, really very beneficial. Now, say I'm out in my normal day, I might have 3 stones or coins in my pocket, and over the period of that day, I've got to move those 3 stones into my right pocket from my left pocket. And when I've done that, then I know I've added 3 people that day, and that's something I've always done. And I might be going through the supermarket, and I might have 10 cartons of the milk and lots of salady stuff or something. And someone might make a comment. And so I said, well, yeah, I've got my own nutritional company. I run my own nutritional company. I never say it's Juice Plus, because what I can remember when I first started this, I used to tell everyone it's Juice Plus, it was marvellous, you've got to get on it, that's amazing, it's fruits, vegetables in a capsule, all that sort of thing. And you just do verbal diarrhea all over them, basically, and they run a mile. And, you're so desperate to tell everyone how marvellous it is, but in actual fact, all you're doing is scaring them off. So what I usually say to them is, if I have an opening, whether it be wealth, health, or freedom, and they're the 3 things we have the utmost ability to be able to give other people. We have a total gift to give people those things. And if I have an opening to do that at all, I always turn around and say to them, yes, I've got my own nutritional company. It's absolutely booming, and I'm absolutely looking for people exactly like you. So if you'd like to add me on Facebook, or give me your email address, and I'll send you some information. What is it about, they say? So I thought it's a bit difficult to explain right now in a supermarket like this, but what I'll do is I'll send you the information, and I'll tell you all about it then. And I find that just works brilliantly. I really do. You could be in a restaurant, and you could be served by someone at a restaurant, or buying some clothes in a shop or something. And you know, the person is serving you, and they're very pleasant, and they're happy, and they're jovial, and they're having a nice time. They're nice people. They're caring for you. They're making sure your food is all done right, or your clothes are fitted nice, or whatever. And they're giving you a nice service. And I generally often think to myself, do you know what? This person would be brilliant at what I do. Well, tell them that. Tell them that this person you'd be absolutely brilliant at what I do. Oh, what is it that you do? I've got my own nutritional company again. So that's the thing that you need to keep saying to people, you know. I've got my own nutritional company. And I've done it so many times. So if anyone talks to you ever and says anything about holidays, or I wish I could go on holiday, there's an opening. My daughter's got awful skin. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. There's another opening. And I think the thing that I've changed really on my business sort of since Christmas is I tell stories more. When someone messaged me and said about, you know, what is Juice Plus or whatever else, I used to go at this big spiel about it was this, and it was that, all this sort of thing. And I don't do that anymore. All I say to people now is, well, all I can tell you is, this is how it helps me. And I give them my story. I tell them my product story, if they were interested in the business, in the product. And I'll say at the bottom something that will say something like, you know, if this is something that you relate to, you know, if you'd like to, if you look at a video, would you watch it? And then I send them my product story. And if I'm talking to anyone about the business, if they start talking to me about the business, I usually start talking to them about how I fit my business in around me. To be honest, I was talking to someone the other day, and they said that they didn't think they could do what I did. Because we're on it, we're doing it so much. I'm talking on this Zoom call. You know, we seem to be on it and doing it all the time, and they've got to fit it around a full-time work. Well, you know, we've got Hootsuite, we've got all these other abilities and things. So we need to get across to people really how easy this is, you know, and it's how people want to fit the product and the business in with them, basically. I mean, I joined the business just to be able to afford to pay for my product. And like I say to people now, if you've got to 50 odd and you can't afford 20 quid, then really you need this business. And I really can't stress that enough to people, you know. So I started off being able to only to afford for my product, but now I'm working on my pension. This is actually for my pension now. I've got no proper pension. I've always been self-employed. I've got a very, very small one. And we've got the ability to give that to other people, for other people to have a pension, for other people to have a way out of what they're doing. So when you talk to people and you think that you're going to talk to them and they want to join your business so that they'll help you line your pocket, get that right out of your head, because you've just got this amazing ability to be able to give them such an amazing gift. It's a gift of health, wealth and freedom. And that is just an amazing gift. And I'm telling you, everyone needs that. Everyone totally wants that. And we've just got the ability to do that. Just the other thing I tend to do also is I put shop posters up. And it doesn't say nothing about Juice Plus. It doesn't say about the product in any way. It just says about my nutritional company and that I'm looking for there's been such a booming business. And I'm looking for more people that are interested in health and fitness. That would like to come and join me. And I go around to about 5 or 6 shops and I put these posters up, and they might run for about 3 or 4 weeks, and it maybe cost me 50p a time. And then I go around and change them, move them to a different shop, or go and put them to a different shop. And I just keep on my toes with that, really. I've had a few come from that, and that's been very interesting. So that's another thing that you can all start doing. So I think that's just about me sorted out, really. I don't think there was anything else I wanted to add. So if Kelly is there, I think we are going to hand to Kelly, or are we handing to Bonnie, Louise?
No, Kelly, I think, because I'm not sure Bonnie's on yet. She's just
Okay.
stuck with her mum's. So if we go to Kelly, yeah, and then we'll come back to Bonnie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys, just want to say congratulations to Millie as well, Club 50, absolutely amazing. Thank you to everybody who's got on the call. I'm Kelly, for those of you who don't know. I've been doing the business for about 5 or 6 months now, I think. I'm absolutely loving it, and I'm going to just share with you a few of my top tips for recruiting. So basically, like, why do we need to build a team? So if you want to go really far with this business, like, you can just be a distributor if that's all you feel that you want. But I know that a lot of us girls are like really ambitious and we kind of want to go to the top. So if you're planning on doing that, or, you know, if you want to build a really big business, you have to have a team behind you. So like with having a team, you know, obviously you just start with yourself and you start sharing the product and, you know, selling the products and getting a customer. Like, you don't have to be the best seller in the world to be successful in this business. Like, I know myself, you know, I've never had more than 20 orders, but I've been incredibly successful in this business in a short space of time. And, you know, some people do get like 30, 40 orders. That's great. But like, even if you were just on your own getting 100 orders a month, which would be insane, you still, even if you did that for years, you wouldn't be PMD, which, for those of you who don't know, is Presidential Marketing Director, which is the top position in our company. So, you know, you want to be creating a business that's really duplicatable. So for this, you kind of need to go by the 825+1 rule, which would be 825 points and bringing 1 new team member in a month. Like, if you can do that, that's not a lot. That's literally like a couple of packages, and bringing 1 person into the business. If you can do that every single month, and then everybody you bring into the business, you teach them to do the same. I don't know how long it works out to be, but, you know, within a few years, you will be at the top position of the company, which is just insane. And that's duplicatable. Like, if you brought people in and said, oh, you need to get, you know, 40 or 50 orders in a month, you know, not everybody can do that, and that's not duplicatable. So this business is really simple, and keep it really simple. So like, how do you go about getting a team? Well, one of the first things that you can do is by posting on Facebook. So there's 2 ways to do this. There'll be the direct approach and the indirect approach. So the direct approach would be, you know, I'm looking for 3 new people to join my team, who want more money, that kind of, you know, something along those lines. And the indirect approach would be something like, I love how flexible this business is. Me and my team are going to Marbs. You know, just like something really subtle about the business. So you need to be kind of having a mixture of both of these posts. Like, if you were just to post about the direct approach, which would be, I'm looking for people, people can feel a bit like hunted and switch off to that. And, you know, if you just go for the indirect approach, which is like really subtle, some people just don't get the message. So you really want to have like a nice mixture of both of those posts, because people want to know, you know, you want people to know what you're doing, but you also don't want to be like bombarding them. So, you know, if I do these kind of posts, I try and make them pretty and interesting, and I don't say I'm looking for people to join my Juice Plus team. You know, I do have a little brand called CEO Network. We also have the Rider Nutrition Project, and I kind of hide behind that brand. And I've had since I've been doing that, like, so many more people have been contacting me, and they're like, what is this about? You know, because it really interests them. Whereas, you know, like Louise said earlier, if you're just saying Juice Plus all the time, like, people do switch off to that because they feel like they're being sold something. So branding is great for that, and it can really, really help your business. Yeah, so posting on Facebook, that's great, but you can't just rely on that, because you can't expect people to just come running to you and go, oh my God, Kelly, I want to join your team. Like, that's not going to happen. So the other thing that you need to be doing is building relationships and talking to people. Some people find this is a little bit out of their comfort zone and they don't know where to begin. Like, when I first started the business, I just cringed thinking about what I used to send people. Like, it was just awful. You know, because I didn't really know how to go about it, and I just kind of almost send like a bit of a spammy type message, like, hey, do you want to join my team? It's amazing. You're going to get rich. And, you know, that's not the way to go about things. So, you know, the way that I learned how to do this was, you know, obviously listening to Zoom calls, learning from people who've been successful in the business like Amy and Millie, and also listening to audiobooks. So how do you kind of go about like speaking to people? Well, people who like your posts, and I always chase my likes. Like I can't follow, sometimes I get like crazy amounts of likes. But anybody who's kind of like liking my stuff, they're already like relating to me. So I just like start a little conversation with them, say, hey, thanks for the like on my post. How are you? Where are you from? I love your profile picture. What do you do for work? I always ask them, what do they do for work? Because then I know it's going to come around to me. I'm like, ask me. And I'm just kind of waiting for them to ask me what I do, and then I can tell them. And, you know, then I might say, oh, you know, I have an equine sports massage business, but I also have another nutrition business. I'm looking for extra people to join my team. Do you know anybody who kind of like to earn a little bit of extra money per month by being on their mobile phone? And automatically, like in their head, they're thinking about themselves. So they're like, yeah, I do. So, you know, I can tell them about the business. And, you know, this really is a numbers game. Like, you know, if you get a no, or if people are interested, like sometimes I send them business information and I never hear back from them. That's absolutely fine. It's normal. Don't take it personally. Just be proud of yourself that you are actually taking action and you're, you know, doing something about this. Because, you know, if you listen to these audiobooks, if you talk to 10 people, get one. That's generally how it happens. So, you know, you've got to get through those no's and just think, yeah, got a no, nice one. I'm getting closer to a yes. Also, like if people get in contact with me about their products and they say that they can't afford them, I always swoop in with a business opportunity. Like, especially if someone says to me, oh, I can't afford berry capsules. Like, no offense, if you can't afford 20 quid a month or you haven't got spare 20 quid, you skin. Like, there's no nice way to say it. Like, you are, like, you need this business more than anybody else if you can't afford that. So that's also a great opportunity to talk to them about the business. And what's the worst that they're going to say? No. And once you get over that fear of being rejected or somebody saying no, like, you're totally invincible and you're just going to build a massive business because you can just keep going through those no's and you're going to get closer to those yeses. We also have like an amazing apprenticeship scheme that Amy set up for us. So if somebody's not quite sure about the business or they haven't got the money, you know, how great is it that we can let people trial the business for free? It's absolutely amazing that Amy's put that in place for us. And I started as an apprentice. And I think I got like a gold and 2 bronzes in a couple of days. And I was like, oh, what do I do next? Like, what do I do with this? And Amy was like, well, you can have a join or you can give it to me. I was like, I'm going to join. Like, I'm not giving these orders to you. So that was great, you know, and I didn't have to, I know 50 quid's not a lot of money, but, you know, it was like a really easy way for me to step into the business. I thought, actually, I'm all right at this, you know, and it gave me a lot more confidence. So I think that's a great way for people to start. Feel, felt, found, like this works every single time. So when you're speaking to people, you will find that people come up with a lot of excuses. Like I was that person with a lot of excuses. Amy kind of offered the business opportunity to me. I thought about it, and I sat and I watched her for ages, and I was just like, oh, she's going to give this up soon. Like, I don't think it's as good as she says. And, you know, every single day I must have sat and watched her for 6 months, and she was just posting more and more and just seeming happier and happier and loving it. And I was like, this must be pretty good, like, because she's not giving up. And that's another thing, guys, like, stay consistent. Like, if people are watching you and you're banging on about Juice Plus 1 minute and how much you love your business, and then a month down the line you're not doing it, people are going to think, oh, well, I'm really glad I didn't join her team because, you know, she's not even doing it anymore. Like, it must have been a bit of a scam. Like, if people see that you're consistent and you're doing really well and you're hitting these promotions, like, why would people not want in on that? Like, they're going to be like, hello, I want to earn some extra money. Can you help me? And so if you just stay consistent with it, that's definitely going to attract people to your team. And, you know, I think success attracts success. So the more people seeing that you're being successful, you're going to Marbella with your team, with your company, with this little part-time thing that you do on your mobile phone. Amazing. Like, show people that. So yeah, getting back to Feel, Felt, Found. If people come and say to me, I don't really think I know enough people, I don't think I'd be good at it, or I can't afford it, like, empathize with them. Like, really in the back of your mind, you're thinking, well, if you can't afford this, then you need it more than anybody. If you want to change, like, things have got to change, but that you don't want to be saying that to people. You want to empathize with them and be like, this is exactly how I felt like. And I didn't have a lot of money when I started the business. I was in loads of debt. I did ask my mom to lend me the 50 quid. So if someone says to me they can't afford it, I can totally relate to them. And I find that works really well. And if I say I don't think I know enough people, say I've never sold anything in my life, like ever, until I did this business. And just, say to them, I'm here to support you all the way, because you are. Like, if you bring people into your business, you need to be supporting them and helping them with their journey. That's what it's all about. So just give them that reassurance that you're there to help them succeed. And, even if they say no, a no is not a no forever. Like, I kind of said a no to Amy, but in the back of my mind, I knew that one day I really wanted to do it. And literally, I just came out of the blue, like out of nowhere. I was like, right, I want to join today. And she was like, okay. I was like, what do I have to do? And literally, I sat and watched for all that time. And just like that one day, I was like, yeah, I want to do it now. And, so many people who have joined my team, they've done the exact same thing. And, like with what Jeanette was saying, like, don't just rely on Facebook. Like, Facebook is great because you can touch thousands of people. Like, I can't imagine how difficult it would have been to do this business years ago, like without social media. And if you physically had to go out and speak to 10 people a day, it would be so difficult. Like, we've got it so easy now. But I know when I recruited Eve onto my team, I was at a horse show and she was messaging me, and I'd just finished my class, and the horse show was actually just up the road from my house. I was like, do you know what? I'm in my jobbers, but if you want to talk about the business, I'll just come around and see you now. And I did, and I drove there. And literally about a week later, she joined my team. Because believe it or not, Eve is totally addicted to her phone right now. She does Juice Plus every single night. But at that time, she wasn't really a phone person. And I'd kind of message her, and she wouldn't get back to me for days. So me going to meet her like face to face was the best thing that I ever did. So don't be afraid to like step out your comfort zone, like pick up the phone as well. What's wrong with that? Like, I think so many people are afraid of having a phone call conversation with people nowadays because we're all so used to hiding behind a screen. But pick up the phone, think outside the box, like go and meet people, talk to people. You can also share the opportunity with your customers. Your customers do make the best teamies. I was a customer before I was a teamie. Louise was, Nadia was, like so many of us were customers first, which is great because we already know the products, we're already using them, we're already seeing results. So how much easier is it to share that with people if you're already using it yourself? And the last thing would just be mega passionate and excited. Like that attracts like positivity, and you're going to attract great people into your team if you're passionate and excited about this opportunity. If you really feel that this is an amazing opportunity, which it is, I genuinely know that in my heart, then when I'm speaking to people, that comes across. Whereas if you're like, yeah, it's okay, whatever, it's not really going to excite people, is it? So get them excited, share that passion, and just absolutely smash it, guys. Okay, is that enough?
Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant, Kelly. Well done. So many tips in there, and how we're all just growing and blossoming into such leaders is amazing. I'm so impressed with that. I really am. Louise, is it Bonnie next? Is she on the call yet?
Yeah, I think Bonnie's got back on the call now. So Bonnie, if you're ready.
Hey, yeah, I'm back.
Hey!
Sorry, I had to disappear and drive up the road to my mum's and get here and come back on. So I am here. Well done, guys. Like what I've heard, I've still been writing down notes and stuff. Really good info. So I'm going to talk a bit about negativity, which is something that we all face. And I think more so like when you first start, it can be really hard because you get like negative comments or negative people, and it can really push you down, and you kind of feel like you don't want to do it, or you're scared what people think. So it's really important like not to take it personally, and you just got to like rise above it. And I think first of all, I'll talk about like when you get negativity on your posts. So if you put a status or something up and someone puts something horrible on it, you've got to decide how to react. So you can like start arguing back and get into a debate, which personally I would not approve. Right? It's just a bad idea because people like that, that's what they want. Like they want to have an argument, and most of those kinds of people like won't take no for an answer, and they'll just carry on, and it doesn't look very professional. Obviously everyone on your Facebook can see it as well. So the best thing you can do if someone puts something negative, I would well, either ignore them, block them, delete their comments. If you know them, I would send them a message and just say, you know, maybe like, thanks for your comment. If you've got an opinion, like, I'm happy to talk about it or send you more info. But obviously I don't appreciate you basically slagging off my business or the products, or it depends what they've said, I guess. But the best way to respond, I think, if you're going to, is a private message. So try and like take it away from your public profile, because you don't want other people all joining in. So and obviously it won't be for everybody. So even if people aren't like attacking you, if they're just a bit negative, like, that's fine. Not everybody's going to say yes. Just add it to your list of no's. Like, we're all collecting no's. So if someone's a bit negative, that's fine. Take them off and carry on. But just remember, they're always going to be watching. So you never know, they're going to come back. I've had quite a few people that were really negative when I first started. And they've like, you know, they start trickling back in and they're like, oh, I see you're still doing that Juice Plus thing. I'm a bit interested. I'm intrigued. So don't worry about it. If you do get that negativity, you never know if people are going to come back to you. So you've just got to keep focused and, you know, and keep going. Don't let it get you down. What else? More so like, maybe not so on posts, like just negative people in general. For me, when I started, I didn't have like a great lot of support with my family or my friends. Most of my friends just ignored what I was doing and were quite negative about it, which is really hard because you're so excited about it. And I'd come back from events and I'd be all buzzed up, and then everyone would be like, yeah, great, well, this Juice Plus crap. And I'd get like comments from my friends. Like if I put stuff up, they'd be like, oh, you're with the Juice Plus friends again. Oh, you don't talk to us as much anymore, and all that kind of thing. And it's pretty hard, but you've got to decide like what you want from your life. They're the people that are, you know, they're miserable. They're quite happy in their 9 to 5. They're not willing to like look at the bigger picture and take an opportunity that you have. So try and sort of brush it off. Surround yourself with people, like all the team. Obviously, we're all positive and supportive. So surround yourself with really positive people. You know, remember like why you started. That's so important when you get negativity. Just remember why you started this. You know, you should all have a vision board and you should all have your why. If you haven't, go and do it after this. And have it up on your wall, have it on your phone as your screensaver. And just every time you get any negativity like that, just go back to that and remember why you started. And that'll keep you focused and keep you going. So I think like just always rise above it, like anything negative, just rise above it, be the better person, be proud of what you're doing. Like, we're offering an amazing opportunity. Our products are amazing. Like, we've got nothing to hide. We're not scamming people. We're not selling dodgy powder to people. So be proud of what you do, and that'll shine through, and people will, you know, they'll pick up on your positivity and your passion, and then they're not going to really have anything negative to say. And if they do, then you're not going to care. You can just brush it off and move on. And neg ferrets soon get bored. I used to get it a lot. I used to get a lot of negativity, and I did block quite a lot of people and stopped talking to a few people, which seems a bit harsh, but I'm like, I'm on a mission and I know where I'm going and I know why I'm doing it, and I'm not going to let these people, like, you know, drag me down. They're not paying my bills, so what is it to them? So, but you know, I don't miss them, but I don't get it a lot anymore. I really don't really get any negativity like on my posts or anything. And I think it's just when you get to that stage where you don't really care about it and your passion shines through, you're not really giving anyone any reason to be negative. So if you're having any negativity, just keep going, keep positive. Maybe like put a post up and get everybody to, like, from the team to comment on it. Like, you know, maybe put up and tag a few people, like, what's your experience with Juice Plus? What's it done for you? And we'll all comment on it and say how amazing it is. And then all your friends and everyone in your profile are going to see that. So they're going to see it's not just you making this up. There's loads of people that love it as well. And so, yeah, you've got the team behind you. So don't worry about the neg ferrets. Just keep strong.
That's absolutely brilliant, Bonnie. That really is. There's some amazing tips there. And I absolutely love that last one. where you can get the rest of the team to comment on it.
Yeah.
I think we must all use that loads more. So that's absolutely brilliant. Thank you ever so much for that, Bonnie.
That's okay.
Really appreciate that.
Cool.
Okay, let's hand over to the amazing Millie.
Hi guys.
Hi, Millie.
Hey Jeanette, how are you?
Fine, thank you very much. And you? Cousin, I bet.
Yeah, really good. Thank you.
Good. And what you're here, you've just gone to Club 50. You're the one to blame for us all being in this amazing business.
Oh my God, I can't take all the credit for that. Like I was saying this earlier to some of my girls, I'm Club 50, but it's you guys. You are the guys that have made me, get to where I am. It's all a big team effort. So I'm so grateful for all of you. And the thing I love the most is seeing how much you guys have grown. I was thinking about this earlier and how much since we've all started. Jeanette, obviously, Amy has grown so much as a person. Honestly, this business, it's not just about health. It's not just about wealth, but it takes you on an incredible self-development journey. And it's the same for me. I've honestly come from being the shyest person in the world. I spoke at my first event. I put on my first event at my birthday, on my birthday, and I was so nervous. I spoke the whole time with my paper like this in front of my face, and no one could hear what I was saying because I was so shy. But it's brought me to where I am now, and honestly, I have been on the most incredible journey. Finding myself, finding more about who I am, about what I'm capable of. And I've really learned that, me and so all of you and everybody is literally capable of anything that they dream of. And we're so lucky to have this amazing business and this opportunity to help us reach your ultimate dream. There is no limit to what you can achieve in this business. It's so exciting. And yeah, I'm Club 50, but I'm just more excited about seeing you guys up on stage, being recognized for your positions and your clubs. That is my goal. That is my focus now, is on you guys. So an amazing call tonight. You guys are absolutely smashing it. I love hearing all your top tips. You inspire me every day. So you basically stole all my tips. I don't know what to say now. No, I do. I've got a couple.
That's proper duplication, Millie.
Yay! Whoop whoop! It's working.
Yeah, totally.
So I'm just basically going to share with you what things are most important to me, and some things have been covered, but I'm going to repeat myself because I think it's that important. So the things that I'm talking about, it might be some of the same as what the ladies have spoken about tonight, but it's because it's that important. And if you want this business to work, listen to what the people that are being successful are doing and just copy what they do. I was always told at the beginning of my journey to find someone successful and copy what they do. So I copied John and Katie, John Holowati and Katie Ravey. I didn't have a clue what I was doing at the beginning. We didn't have guidance, we didn't have any support, so I just copied Katie and John, and that is how I got to where I am today. But my absolute number one tip is be a product of the product. You cannot do this business without living the products, taking the products, sharing the products, and you can't share the products without having used them yourself. So even if you are just on the berries at the moment, that's absolutely fine. Like Kelly said, you've got to be on at least the berries to be in this business, and then put it on your vision board, on your goal board, like Bonnie was talking about, to be on all the products, because that is going to open up a massive market to you. If you're only on the berries, then how are you going to share the shakes, because you don't know what they're going to do for you? And if you can't afford them now, fine, make it your goal to be on those shakes by sharing the berries with enough people, so you can then afford to get onto the shakes by investing back into your business with the money that you earn. That's so important. And it's the same with the chewables, the bars, the soups. When I first started, I couldn't even afford the capsules. I was in my overdraft, but it was just something, there was something telling me that I had to do it, because I had really bad skin, my acne was terrible, I'd lost my dream job at Jenny Craig, and I was working at Domino's delivering pizzas. So
there was just something that said to me, Mills, you've got to do this. You've tried everything. So I got on the product, and I couldn't afford the premium capsules, but I did it. I got on them, and then I made it my mission throughout the month to get onto the different products. So I knew what they did for me, and so I could share them with other people. So that's absolutely number one. Be a product of the product, and always learn about the products that you're on. There are plenty of videos on YouTube. There are plenty of information on the Juice Plus website. You know, so learn from each other as well. There's loads of information that we can share with you from the starter guides. There's a special Juice Plus starter guide with lots of information in, but watch videos. Like, I never stop learning. Study, learn, teach. Study, learn, teach. That's what you've got to do over and over again. Never ever stop studying and learning, because there's always new stuff to learn. You know, there's always things that you can learn about, like whether it's, you know, nutrients within the capsules, whether it's what the shakes can do, whether it's, you know, what healthy meals you can share with your customers. There is always stuff to be doing, guys, that you can help build your business. So product of the product is absolutely number one. If you're not on all the products, make it your goal to be on all of them. So number two, the thing that has absolutely changed my business within the last year is doing a daily method of operation. I know all you guys are doing it, but I just want to, you know, reiterate just how important that is. Make sure that you're writing it out every day. And for those of you who are perhaps new on the call and don't know what one is, a daily method of operation is literally, it's like a physical diary that you write every day, and you write down all your income producing activities on your daily method of operation. So every day on my DMO, I write that I'm going to add 30 new people. That I'm posting consistently. I post 3 times in the morning, 3 times at lunch, 3 times in the evening. And if you don't know what structure or what things to post, go to your upline and ask them, you know, what the 3x3x3 rule is. And then I always aim to get 1 customer and 1 teamie every single day. I think that's really important because it gives you a focus of, you know, what you're going to achieve by the end of the day. So I make sure that I connect with at least 10 people every day, whether that's happy birthdays, whether that's going to old Facebook friends and just perhaps saying, hey, how you doing, or commenting on one of their pictures. And I make sure that I speak to 5 people about the product and 5 people about the business every day. What I found recently is that I've kind of felt like I was running out of people to talk to on Facebook, even though I wasn't. I just wanted to kind of start something new. So I've been using Instagram chat, which has worked really well for me. I've started using Instagram a lot more, and you can post on Facebook and in the same time. So if you put a photo on Facebook, you can link it up, on Instagram, you can link it up to Facebook, like the same photo. It's really easy, so you can post 2 in 1. And the people that like your photos, you can go to their profiles, follow them, and send them a message. And when I post pictures of food, I get a lot of people coming to me, liking my pictures of my food. So I go back to them and say, oh my God, I love your picture of all your food. Do you make it yourself? And I start off a conversation. And I've got 3 customers this week from Instagram, by starting conversations on there. And Instagram is huge. Like, I just feel like it's even huger than Facebook. I don't know why, but it's exciting. There's loads of beautiful pictures of food and excited people about being healthy. So that's another really good platform to perhaps start on. So yeah, I add that to my DMO. So the other income producing activities that I do every day is say happy birthday to all my friends whose birthdays it is. I chase my likes, like Kelly was talking about. I send samples off. I make sure that I'm doing some personal development every day, whether it's watching Zoom calls or whether it's listening to audiobooks. And that's basically like a really simple DMO, and that's what I follow every single day. And I make sure I've done it all by the time I go to bed. And if I haven't, I'll stay up until I've got it done. And the third thing is consistency. So doing your DMO every day, being consistent, that is so key. You know, don't post on Facebook one day and then not post on Facebook for 3 days. Don't like post once in the support group in a day. Make sure that you're there all the time. Be visible to people. Show them that you're committed. Show them that you're living this, and show them that you're serious, so they can see what you're doing. You know, if you're posting only once in the morning on Facebook, think about all the people that don't go on Facebook at that time in the morning. That's why you need to be consistent all throughout the day. So my 4th tip is, it's really quite, it touches my heart, because I really struggled with believing in myself when I first started this business. And I think it's really, really important that you try and believe in yourself from the go. I know how hard it is to not believe in yourself. So my top tips for you are, to tell yourself, even if you don't, that you believe in yourself. So say some little affirmations to yourself, like, I believe in myself. Tell yourself that I am SDD, I earn 20 grand a month, I am positive, I am happy. By saying these kind of affirmations to yourself, it creates those thoughts more and more in your head, so the more you practice them, the more they become true. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of the saying, what you think becomes true. So even if it's one negative thought that you have in your head, that manifests, and if you think it over and over again, you'll begin to believe it, even if it's not necessarily true about yourself. And you create a story in your head that's not even true, and it can be a complete bullshit story. And I used to do it all the time. I used to think, I'm not good enough, I'll never be good enough at this business, I haven't got enough friends, nobody wants to do Juice Plus. And I was telling myself this stupid stories over and again that weren't even true, and I literally had to nip it in the bud, because if I didn't, where would I have got? I would have got nowhere. So I started practicing every single day that I believed in myself, that I could be NMD, and I used to say to myself every day, I am NMD, I am NMD, and I used to dream about it, and I believed it, and I almost lived that I was already an NMD every single day. So that's something that's really key. So what I want you to do is I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being none at all and 10 being, you absolutely 100% believe in yourself. So rate yourself, where on that scale are you in belief within yourself? Are you a 7? Are you a 2? Do you believe in yourself? Do you believe that you can get to PMD Club 100? If you do, fantastic, awesome, keep going, keep doing what you're doing. But if you don't, try and figure out why. What is it? Why don't you believe in yourself? Do you think that you're not good enough? Do you think that you haven't got enough friends? They're just little stories in your head. If you think you haven't got any friends, then go and make some more on Facebook. It's that easy. You just have to switch that thought. If you're thinking to yourself, oh, I'll never get to NMD, oh, I'll never be STD, guess what's going to happen? That is going to happen. Whatever you think becomes true. So always be mindful of what is going on upstairs in your brain. So get rid of excuses. So that kind of links to my last point. So I've basically just talked about this. So if you're telling yourself I can't do this because I haven't got enough time, or I'm too busy, I can't get to SDD this month because I haven't got time to put orders on and I don't have time to speak to people, that's what's going to happen. You've heard the girls tonight, Louise is super busy, Jeanette's super busy, they make time. The only excuse is you. The only person that's going to stop you from making this business is yourself. And when I first started, I had every excuse. I didn't have confidence. I didn't like speaking to people. I had social anxiety. I hated speaking to people. It was something that really, really stopped me. But I thought to myself, do I want to carry on living this life? I moved on to working in a sports shop in Virgin. I thought to myself, do I want to stand here for the rest of my life selling clothes to people who, don't really care what, I'm doing in this shop? It was retail for me, and it wasn't enough. So I thought to myself, my dreams are bigger and worth more than what my excuses are. So I got rid of my excuses and started to live my dreams by getting out of my comfort zone. And you guys can totally do the same as well. So my next tip would be focus on SDD. As soon as you get into this business, think about how you can get to SDD. SDD is an important position in this business, and instead of doing it by yourself, think about getting some team members. And I know the girls talked about this earlier, but the most simple way to think about it is, say you bring 3 people in to your business, find your 3 friends, your 3 best friends, and tell them they need to get 3 old package orders, which are premium capsules and shakes. So if your 3 friends all get 3 premiums and shake orders, and you get 3 premiums and shake orders, one of which can be yourself, you will then hit SED. If you teach them to do the same, your business will grow and grow and grow. Rather than getting 25 shake orders on your own in your first month, focus on bringing in those team members and teaching them to do a little bit, and to bring in a few team members to do a little bit. It's so much better to have a lot of people doing a little bit and doing it all yourself. That's so key to remember, and it's something that John always taught us right from back at the beginning. He was like, make sure you bring lots of people in who are doing a little bit each, and it's because it's so much better than doing it all of yourself. So I guess that's really it. just really think about you want, focus on your dreams. Like, I was having a conversation with my boyfriend today. So Ben loves fishing, and we were having a conversation. I was like, you know, we're going to own Fishing Lake one day, and it's going to be yours, and it's going to have like 50 chalets around the outside of it, and it's going to have thousands of fish in it. Like, I'm not really interested in fish. I was painting this picture, and I was creating this vision in my mind of what I wanted, and he was like, oh my God, that would be amazing. And I'm trying to teach him to open his mind, because a lot of people are really closed off and they don't believe in their dreams. Like, you guys can have anything that you dream of and so much more in this business. Like I want to be a millionaire. I'm going to be a millionaire within this business. And I know a lot of you are too. I can see Louise and Jeanette, you're nodding your heads at me. Yeah, girls, we're going to be millionaires. Honestly, like, all of us can be on this call. The only thing that's going to stop you is you. And it might seem like a way off. And yeah, it's a million miles away from me as well. But you know what? I believe it. And I believe all of you can be there as well. And if you're with me, we can work together as a team and we can all get there. Like, you can live your ultimate dreams. I'm 30 this year, and I keep thinking to myself, like, right, you know, I don't feel like I'm getting old, but you know, life is what you make it. You've got one go at life, and you never know when it's taken away from you. Like, you have every single day, and make it the most, and live your dreams, and don't let anybody get in your way. We have got the most incredible business and support network. Like, you ladies are absolutely phenomenal. You have got the most phenomenal support network within you, and the community that Amy's created, and you guys, Louise, Jeanette and Kelly and Nadia and everyone that you've created, and Holly, like, there's so many of you. You're amazing women, and there is absolutely nothing that can stop you. And the rest of you on this call, like, I am so excited for you and the futures that you've got. If you want this, you can have it. Like, I can't stress it enough. Whatever you want, you can have. But you've just got to believe it. It's fruit and vegetables. Every single person on this planet needs fruit and vegetables. It's cheap. It's affordable. Like, you know, everyone can have it, and you can live your dreams through by sharing fruit and vegetables. I'm going to stop rambling, but listen, if anybody wants any, like, support from me, if anybody's got any questions, I'm always here. You know, we've got the Forever Tribe as well. Like, anyone that's a part of that, you can post questions in there, or I'm part of the Diamond Dreamers group as well, so if you've got questions, tag me and post in there. I'm always happy to help. Like, I love working with you ladies. I think you're amazing. And yeah, thank you so much for having me on your call.
Thanks, Millie.
That's all right.
Thank you. It was brilliant. Everyone's like,
Yeah, that was absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed that. It's amazing, you know. I was absolutely bricking it getting on this Zoom call tonight. I really was. I mean, I'm totally out of my comfort zone. You wouldn't think so, but, you know, we are. We've all been out of our comfort zone. I sat there watching behind a blank screen so no one could see me. So trust me, you know, you do grow as a person. It is absolutely phenomenal. So that's absolutely brilliant. So I think we had some amazing tips. I'd like you all to go out and onto your Facebook profiles and tag each other, all of your friends that are on the call. Let everyone know what an amazing Zoom call we've had, how easy this is to do this business. Turn the Zoom call post into a post to actually encourage people to join your business. Be excited about it, use some emojis, all those sort of things. Tag people in it, and we'll all keep commenting on each other's. And none of us will sleep tonight because we're just going to build such an amazing business, and we're so excited about it all. So, I don't know if anyone's got any other things to say at all, add to that before we sign off.
no, I think, yeah, you've covered it all. And I think, yeah, just want to say thank you for everyone for getting on and giving all your tips. And yeah, 100% just go out and, you know, put it into action now.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's make massive.
Brilliant. Okay, Louise, that's absolutely not marvellous. And we'll catch up with you all again soon, guys. So get posting, get tagging, so that we all make some buzz on Facebook. And see you guys again. Bye.
Bye.